been race director for?
Since the inaugural event in 1999, so I've been here for the whole deal.
So you're someone who's well placed to comment on what makes a great tour and a great tour course. What's the answer?
I think a combination of things, but from a rider perspective, a good tour course is challenging but not over the top for January, because we're the first race of the season. And then trying to find the balance between sprint days and all-rounders, finishing on mountain tops or hill tops, which gives the opportunity for other type of riders to win rather than just sprinters all the time. So it's just finding the balance, I think, is really important.
You qualified yourself saying, talking specifically about riders, but what about spectators as well?
Yeah, you're right, it's a good question. Yeah, it's a balance between all of those considerations. Obviously, from a cycling point of view, the riders have to be looked after first and foremost, and we have to find the right course to make it challenging and so on and so on. But your question about spectators is important too, to give spectators great vantage points on climbs, and also where we can introduce circuits, finishing circuits and that type of thing, so spectators get more looks at the race as it goes by a certain place. So yeah, all of those things are part of the consideration.
So is there an actual formula? Do you actually sit down and go, oh, we've got 7 climbs and 10 sprints, we need to get some more climbs, or how do you actually?
It's a balancing act. Once we know the host starts and finishes from councils, and that normally is December of each year for the following race, so about a year in advance. Once we understand where we can start and finish the race, and then we try to fill in the gaps and taking in all the points considered for riders and spectators and so on.
You've got a reputation as being someone who delivers a pretty gruelling course. Tell us about Paracombe and other smash fests for this year.
Paracombe is interesting because it's basically a football over in the little town hall, Institute Hall. But it's a place that's well known throughout South Australia as far as cycling is concerned, because it's a place where we used to have state road championships. So it presents a nice opportunity for us, because Torrens Hill Road, which is the finish for that day, is a very challenging climb. But unlike, say, something like Corkscrew, the Torrens Hill Road climb is all the way to the finish, so there's no descent after they actually get to the top of the climb. So I think it's going to be a really interesting day. And then of course we've got Wollonga Hill, which is now an iconic stage for the race, finishing at the top. So I think the balance is right. As I said earlier, we give the opportunity to a lot of riders to win stages throughout the 6 days of the race.
What makes the Tour Down Under stand apart logistically from other tours of this scale?
Yeah, well, the most unique factor is that we stay in one hotel for the whole duration. So the riders don't have to pack and unpack to go from stage to stage. The other feature of the race, being in and around Adelaide, is that we're only about 2 hours maximum travel time from the centre of Adelaide to any one stage, start or finish. So in terms of logistics, it's very easy on riders and the staff to manage the race, and really good for spectators too, because they don't have to travel 3, 4, 5 hours to watch a day's race.
What have been the biggest challenges for you in this role?
Well, there's a number. I mean, when we use the public roads, it's always a challenge once you venture out on the public roads for anything. So our relationship with the South Australian Police and the councils that host starts and finishes, and the people that prepare the roads, traffic islands and signs and all that sort of stuff, it's a really important collaboration to make sure that everything goes well on the road each day. So that to us is our biggest challenge, is to make sure we have a safe passage each day for the race.
What about the biggest learning curve?
It's a funny one. I mean, learning curve is something you experience different things over the years, but you still learn from race to race. So I wouldn't say that we're there 100%, because something will always happen. But it's been a massive learning curve for us all from day one, and it's something that we actually continue to do from year to year.
What about dinner party stories? You'd have to have a few good ones. What's your favourite?
I think the most sort of interesting one are when objects or things obstruct the way for the race. We've had a horse that got loose coming straight for the peloton in a full gallop one year, and we've had emus on the side of the roads doing similar. We've had spilt concrete on the road, grapes, big carton of grapes spilled on the road ahead of the race. So all those type of things sort of open the minds of people, because they don't realise that all these sort of things can happen during the course of the race, but I can assure you they do.
Keeps your office interesting.
Yeah.
And we all know this is Cadell's last race as a pro cyclist, so it's going to be a really special one.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Cadell's had a great history with the race. You know, he had big stage winner last year and second overall. He's been here on about 10 occasions, so we've seen him progress through the years right up to winning the Tour de France, and also came back when he was world champion. So he's been a big part of the race, and the public here in South Australia and all the people that do come to South Australia to watch the race are a big supporter of Cadell. So I think he'll be sent off in a big way when he comes down in January.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for your time and good luck with it all.
Good on you. Thank you.